What's up? Welcome to episode 7 of the Fanboy Four podcast show, YouTube show. I am one of your hosts, Justin. Joining me as always is Brandon.
Hello.
Steven.
Infinity War.
Sorry. And Anthony / Tony.
Boy.
So today is a very, very special episode. Tomorrow, as if you're watching this live, Infinity War comes out, Avengers Infinity War, to the public tomorrow night. So we are going to do a complete episode with that. There is no news this week. We are going to give our theories. That's going to be kind of the first part of it. And then, there's been a lot of wonder if and who is going to die. So we're actually going to go over kind of like the likelihood where I'm going to say basically
Not that guy.
a person, and basically when I say that, then I'll go around the circle and we'll kind of discuss like how likely, not likely, very likely, definite, not at all kind of thing. So, but that'll be the second part. So the first part of this episode is going to just be our theories. But first off, how you guys doing?
Pretty good. Excited for tomorrow.
Hyped to the max.
I know. Today I was off today. I took a day off because my birthday's tomorrow. So I took off today though, because that makes sense. But Wednesday's an easier day for me to take off for work because Thursday's one of my bigger sales days, so I didn't want to lose out on the commission. So basically, I just took off today. Also, it's New Comic Book Day, and I had a huge pull this week. So I watched Civil War and then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 back to back. Wasn't planning to do either of those, and I just ended up sitting there and being like, damn, both those movies are probably in my top 5. We'll do another episode about that, I'm sure, sometime down the road, but both are very, very good. But yeah, that was pretty much my day. Like that's really all I did. I renewed my license and I watched 2 movies.
We will be watching either Civil War or Thor Ragnarok after the podcast is over.
Yeah, I actually might need your login because I might actually watch Thor Ragnarok now just so I watch. Because literally I've watched the 2 before that link. So
yeah,
but
we can do that.
But yeah, so without further ado, then I guess we can get straight to Infinity War. I don't know about you guys, but literally, I think this might be top 5 hype for me ever at this point for something.
Yeah, definitely.
It's probably right up there with Destiny 2 because I was really hyped about Destiny 2 when it came out.
Ooh, don't do that.
Hopefully it's not the same. Hopefully it's not the same. But
well, this is 10 years in the making.
True.
Right.
This is. I don't know if there's anything in my life that has been 10 years in the making like this is
right.
Yeah, if you really think about this whole thing is a culmination of something that's pretty crazy. It's 18 movies over 10 years culminating to this. Like it's one event, like nuts.
The closest thing you could probably say is like if you're a huge fan is like Harry Potter, like in the final 2 movies.
And the thing is those that kind of stuck to like the books. Whereas this is like the MCU, it draws inspiration from the comics, obviously, but it's a separate thing in a way where it's not the exact same. It's their own story in a way.
Right.
It's just
I will say for Harry Potter for the last one, I was just as hyped as this. But I think you have to be a Harry Potter fan to be that.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we went to the movie theater, I dressed up as Harry Potter. Like no lie, I had a Gryffindor tie, I had a gray sweater, I had a button-up shirt underneath. I wore glasses. I'm pretty sure somebody put a scar on my forehead. Like I was
with a razor blade.
With a
you just used a pen.
I'm pretty sure it was lipstick, but I think it might have been like an after, like, hey, put a scar on my head, and
yeah.
Forewarning for Tony and Brandon and Josh, if you're watching, and all my wife, I'm wearing a ton of Captain America stuff tomorrow. So walking around with the nerd. I'm talking shoes, socks, shirt, hat, jacket, maybe underwear.
Is it clean? Are you wearing that all because you're going to be attending his funeral tomorrow?
I don't know. Maybe we'll get into that when we get into who we think.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that. But just a few things I wanted to just put out there ahead of time is that, so as far as the movies, we know where all the Infinity Stones are except for the Soul Stone. That's the one that we don't know. Mm-hmm. So, and honestly, I can't, or do we? Yeah, like we probably have theories about it. But, and then the other thing is that there's no movie on the timeline that takes place between this in Avengers 4 because Ant-Man and Wasp, I guess, happened right after Civil War, so before Infinity War, and Captain Marvel's obviously in the 90s, so that's her origin story. So basically, when this movie ends, the next time we'll see something take place after that is Avengers 4. So just something for people to keep in mind when you're kind of coming around and thinking about stuff. Yeah, but it's just pretty crazy, actually. I'm just like...
Do we think that Ant-Man and the Wasp, though, that happens right after Civil War, right? But before this? Mm-hmm. So, like... Yeah. I don't know how to feel about going to see that, like knowing what's going to happen. Like, I'm just going to be thinking about what happens in this movie the entire time of watching that movie type thing.
I have a theory. When I give my theory, it kind of rolls why that movie is where it's at.
Okay.
So, if actually, if you want, I'll start. I'm totally
fine. Yeah, sure. I just realized that all my theories that I wrote down are so all over the place. They're not actually in an order. I just had ideas and I was like writing it down. So,
yeah, I know. Well, actually, I didn't write anything down because literally for like the past it started like last week when I would just drive. I didn't like actually put on any podcasts or music. I just started like talking to myself. I looked like a weirdo if someone drove by. I was just like, or like not really like just like talking, but like even just thinking to myself, like, yeah, that's probably. I wonder if this will like. So I've kind of just figured it out. So I got like kind of nailed down in my head. But so basically, to draw like an analogy to like another film franchise, I think Infinity War is going to be like Star Wars's Empire Strikes Back, where it's one of the darker movies. It's kind, the rebels constantly get defeated from start to end. Basically, it's like the Battle of Hoth, they lose, and then Luke goes to find Yoda, and that kind of doesn't go as well as he would like. He kind of fails in his training a few times, and then eventually he finds out, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it in 30 years or whatever it's been. Darth Vader's his father, and Darth Vader like is like literally the worst person in the world to him. Like to Luke Skywalker, that's like the worst news ever. And then he gets his arm cut off by him, and Han Solo gets taken. So, but at the very end, that last shot is like there's like hope. At the very end, it's like there's still hope, and I feel like Avengers 4,
like a new one, like a New Hope.
But that was actually before, but
true.
You'll have to watch them. You'll have to watch them to make it make sense.
Oh, true.
Yeah, like,
true.
So I feel like this will be like the Empire Strikes Back, and Avengers 4, whatever that's going to be called, will be the Return of the Jedi. So I feel like Thanos is just going to basically wreck house. I think he's going to take the battle to the Avengers in all different places. I think the final battle, I could be wrong, obviously, but I just feel like that Wakanda battle, it just seems like a very grand, big, huge battle. I think that's going to be the last battle. And I don't know if it's for Vision Stone on his little head there, or if maybe the Soul Stone is in Wakanda or something. But I think Thanos is going to basically get every stone but the Time Stone. No, wait. I switched this, but the Soul Stone. I switched this morning. That was the one change I made because I did a little more research on something, which is what ties into this. So I think Thanos is going to ultimately win. And I'm not doing this to troll, I swear on my life. But I think what's going to happen at not the very, very end, but the end, is Captain America will be killed by Thanos. And the reason why I think that is because it's going to be very much like Phil Coulson's death in Avengers, where it kind of, if you think about Avengers, because I just watched it last night, basically the Avengers hated each other, basically. They were all each other's necks before Phil Coulson died. And then when he died, he kind of united them. And I think what's going to happen is Captain America will die, and Tony Stark will not get his chance to, like make amends, and it's going to drive him with regret and vengeance and stuff to beat the shit out of Thanos, basically.
You mean vengeance?
Yeah, and I actually, to be honest, I probably think Tony Stark probably dies in Avengers 4, but that's what I think. I think Captain America is going to be the death, like the major death. I'm sure there'll be other people that we'll get more on that later, but I think he will be the major death that drives the mission of Avengers 4. Which, to bring the Ant-Man Wasp part about it in, I think, the whole premise that movies are going to try and get Janet Van Dyne from the quantum realm, where there's no space and time. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to go back in time and make their own gauntlet, basically. Get the stones before Thanos can to defeat Thanos, basically, is kind of what I think that story of that movie will be. But, yeah. And then Captain Marvel, obviously, it's your origin story, because I think she's going to take Captain America's, spot as the one that's like selfless. Because the thing is, why I think it makes sense Captain America dies instead of Tony Stark in this movie is that Captain America is very selfless. He always does what he feels is right, and he's like he's very selfless, whereas Tony Stark is full of himself. He'll do things to help other people, but it's just to make himself feel better. I kind of feel like about himself. He's very self-absorbed. So like, because I just watched Captain America: Civil War today, like I said, and I was like, okay, like the way that ends is Captain America, Steve Rogers offers his like apology kind of for everything that happened. I mean, you could tell Tony Stark was just kind of like he didn't get his chance to do it yet, and I don't know if they'll ever come together in this movie and be able to do that. So that's kind of just my general theory.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
I know a lot. I'm talking forever.
So
You go, Steve.
I was just gonna kind of I was just kind of go over Justin's theory a little bit and like the movie. So most of the stuff that we've seen, Thanos has the Space Stone, which is the Tesseract, and the Power Stone, which is the Purple Stone from the Collector, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that would mean he has to get the Ether, which is hold on, the Ether. Where's the Ether? Thank you.
Damn, you got an assistant?
Sorry, I don't think we know really where the Ether is actually.
I had to get my,
Who's managing this? Who's managing this?
So actually, yeah, the Ether thing was a serious question. I don't really remember where the Ether is right now.
Because
I thought it was
supposed to be with the Collector, but his place exploded.
Right.
So
right. So
I mean,
we
it
don't
could still be with him.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. So either way, so the Collector will have it, and then the Nova Corps. Doctor Strange has the eye, and the Nova Corps has the
Power Stone, which won't last very long, obviously.
And then the reality stone's in Vision's head, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the only one we don't know
that was the Mind Stone.
Mind Stone.
That's the Mind Stone. The Ether is the reality stone.
Ether, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, we know where everything is except for the Soul Stone. I'm thinking, kind of just goes to part of my theory. So I'm thinking in the very beginning of the movie, Thor gets the Tesseract, but he already has the Power Stone. I'm thinking we won't see anything with the Nova Corps. Like they have already been defeated, and he has it. Like I think that's pretty much how the movie's going to start. But I don't really know where I was going with that. I just kind of want to like. Yeah, you go ahead. I was just trying to make sense of Justin's.
I was actually going to say.
I was kind of bounce off Justin's.
Okay.
All right. You guys
go ahead, Tony. You can go first.
Well, I'm kind of going to contradict Justin. I think I guess I might go into the depths too. My theory is kind of similar to yours, but I'm going to flip Captain America and Iron Man. I feel like they'll kill Iron Man because I feel like in the comics, Captain America is the core. In the Marvel universe, he is like the one everybody looks to. I feel like he's still that in the movies, but I feel like Iron Man is more of the central person in this whole universe since he's the one we can, for us, he's the one who started it. And he is kind of technically the first person. I think is he the first person Nick Fury goes to timeline wise?
Yeah,
in theory, and timeline wise. So yeah, I feel like he would be the one that they kind of kill and kind of get everybody together with. Because like you said, him and Steve, I think they might have they might see each other before in this movie, and then like reconcile a little bit. I think that's maybe a theory of mine that they might see each other in this movie, and then one of them gets killed in front of the other, which I would say is Iron Man, and then have that kind of moment of where Steve Rogers has to kind of take over. And that's just
that kind of makes like I like your theory in that what you said is very true, in that Steve Rogers is very selfless and Tony Stark is not so selfless. But in this movie, Tony Stark becomes the selfless one, and he could. This isn't what I think, but I'm just kind of going off what Tony said. But he could die. And then that actually could be somewhere close to where we saw in the official trailer, where Steve Rogers is grabbing Thanos' hand. Like he is able to do that because of pretty much the rage and like the anger of watching Tony Stark die. Like gave him that strength. Like you have fucked up Thanos. Like that.
I also think, and I also think, not to kind of veer off of this, I think that there's probably I feel like there's a part of this movie that we have not seen. I feel like the Wakanda stuff and then the Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Tony Stark in space part. I think that's early in the movie. Not early, but like I think that's like first half movie. I feel like there's a whole chunk that we have not seen.
Sorry, 2 hours and 40 minutes. So
yeah, I feel like there's a scene of, because there's got to be a part when they're all together where Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor, I feel like have to be together in this movie.
Well, I think it'll be Wakanda because the Hulkbuster's there. The Hulkbuster's in Wakanda.
Yeah, in the trailer, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not necessarily that doesn't mean Tony Stark has to be there.
Right.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like that battle, the Wakanda battle, is going to be the climax of the movie. So it'll be about 3/4 of the way through, maybe 5/8 if we're getting that into it. But I think that will have everybody, and then Thor's going to come in that we haven't seen to Wakanda.
Yeah, because I don't like how close. Have any of you read Infinity Gauntlet at all? Like, do any of you know any important pieces in that book? I
have not read it, but I did watch
things that happen.
Yeah.
So what happens?
So there's a scene. If it's in the comic, I can kind of spoil it. There's a scene in Infinity Gauntlet where all the Avengers go to Thanos to fight him. He has he has everything at this point, and so I can just so we spoilers for Infinity
alert
Gauntlet.
For anybody who wants to read Infinity Gauntlet, the comic book story.
Yeah, for a part of Infinity Gauntlet, he basically kills all the Avengers. He kills everyone within a few pages. Like, so me personally, my theory, like my main theory, is that that's how the movie ends, where he basically wipes them all out. Yeah, because are they gonna? Because there's still that scene from Age of Ultron where Tony Stark sees like all of them dead, right? If I'm remembering correctly, right?
Yep.
That has to play out at some point.
Well, that's more of his fears, though. It doesn't necessarily have to play out.
I could see that play not being the very end. I could see that happening at the end, but then one person we didn't see in that is Doctor Strange, and he has the Time Stone. So that could happen, and like that could be Wakanda. Like that could be the end of the Wakanda fight, is everybody's dead or dying, and then Doctor Strange comes through with Spider-Man wherever they are, and then turns back the time and helps them win or something like that.
So I actually also was going to say, just because it's kind of like the popular theory, I'm going against it as well. I think Iron Man is actually going to die as well. Part of that reasoning is because he's become like a father figure of Spider-Man. If anybody follows any Spider-Man comics, you know that any father figure that he has usually gets either turns evil or dies. So the other thing is that if you think about it, like his and Captain Marvel's power set is actually very similar. It's just Captain Marvel's is organic rather than tech based. Like they both fly super fast, they're super strong, both have beams from their hands. Like, so it's like they don't almost have the same power set on screen. So it's like almost not necessary. And then the other reason I think is like, even though obviously there's Hulk, but like I feel like Thor has always been Earth's like heavy hitter. You know, Thor's kind of not necessarily always around, and Hulk doesn't want to really be a hero unless he has to be. So like I feel like Iron Man's always been the real heavy hitter for the Avengers, like kind of for the most part. And I feel like he's a vital part that Thanos would want to take out first. So that's kind of why I think Iron Man is going to go out.
Kaput.
Yeah.
Maybe Spider-Man will die then. I don't know.
I mean, actually, honestly, like the thing is, like any of them could die. Like Tony said, any of them could die and
be brought back.
Like, exactly. There's a possibility nothing's permanent.
I do think that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
I think there'll be some that are permanent, but I think there'll be some that come back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, let me ask you a question. So the fact that we know, because like in Infinity Gauntlet, he kills all the Avengers, but they're basically brought back to life. Does that take anything away from, like, would that take anything away from these movies? With this movie, if you know, I mean, I
don't know. It's like, but I guess you kind of, I mean, like, if it's not permanent, it kind of does take away from the gravity of the situation. Like, you know, it's like we can just keep going back and forth, you know, whatever. It's like, yeah, don't worry about it. We got this. Like,
because you
keep figuring it out until we get it right.
And because I feel like
go back time.
Because I feel like in Avengers 4, you know, every Avengers movie has had that scene of like all of them together fighting, So I feel like this is just thinking like from a movie point of view, like Avengers 4, which is supposed to be like the end, like kind of the end, the real end of like this whole run, this current one. Like they'll have that scene of all of them together. So I feel like at some point the main core from Avengers 1 will all be there at the end in 4.
Here's my question. Where is Hawkeye? That's what I want to know.
That was gonna be my next. Yeah.
I don't know. Also, the other thing I want to point out is that even though you see him in one particular scene of a trailer, you do not see Drax at all.
Yeah, is that somebody who you think is gonna die then?
You see him in the one scene when Quill is talking to Stark. He's right next to Stark.
Yeah, he's standing there. Yeah,
you're right.
Because he makes a comment about something.
Okay.
I forget what the comment is.
You're right. Okay, I'm sorry. Because like for some reason I could only remember seeing Star-Lord, but no, you're right. You're right now.
Well, we only see Gamora when she's talking about
she's kind of one of my big theories too. Is like the fact that I think you guys have all seen the trailer. I don't know if you want me to, but like you've seen the trailer where they show like the child version of her.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So like I feel like that was actually a really important scene. And I feel like
actually one of my notes is that there's a flashback with Thanos holding her hand and like walking.
Like I feel like Gamora might actually be extremely important in this. I don't know why necessarily, but like there's also a scene in one of the trailers where like Quill or Star-Lord is like really pissed and Iron Man's trying to hold him back or something like that. And I don't know.
La 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 la.
This is in the same trailer, I think, isn't it?
I don't think.
I don't remember seeing.
I mean, I know it's in one of the main trailers.
You know, this is kind of related. Do you know? There's okay. So at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, so I literally just watched it. Nebula is going to go find Thanos. Like that's where she's going to kill him. That's like her. What she takes the ship and she leaves. So, but I don't remember seeing her in a trailer.
No, but she's in it. Like we know she's in it.
Yeah, we know she's in it.
Yeah, because she's on the poster. So we know she's like Ant-Man and a Wasp are on the poster. But I think that's because they're gonna have a bigger role in the next one. I think literally they're gonna kind of stay out of it a little bit.
Tony mentioned Infinity Gauntlet. I don't want to go into full details just in case it is actually spoiling me.
I actually think
Nebula is actually very important in Infinity Gauntlet. So, but I don't know how. I mean, I feel like more of that role that Nebula had will go to.
Yeah, because I know what happens in that. Okay, so in the okay, the thing
spoil the comic.
The thing is, I don't think the movies are going to follow the comics. I think they're going to do a left turn and do something completely different.
No, yeah.
I mean, in the Infinity War, Infinity Gauntlet, what happens is Nebula ends up taking basically Thanos becomes eternal or whatever, becomes like eternity or whatever. One with eternity, and then like she takes the gauntlet off his hand, puts it on, and then like literally Thanos and the Avengers had to team up to take out her, if I remember correctly, right?
Ooh, it's been a while.
I watched a video. All I did literally was watch a video about it, just because I wanted to have a little bit of knowledge to see if anything was like, oh yeah, that would make sense in the movie or not. But like basically, we know Nebula is not exactly the most trustworthy. I don't know. Like she kind of had a mending, but she's like still. I don't know. I just don't trust her 100%. At least in MCU. So I mean, I guess that could happen, but I kind of think that's not what's going to happen. But I could see like maybe Gamora does it, or maybe someone else does it.
Right. Like I just feel like something is going to happen to Gamora. I don't know what, but like I don't necessarily think it's good, but I don't know. I think she's going to have a pretty important part. Also, I wanted to backtrack real quick to Iron Man's thing before we get lost. So
we're already lost. We are already.
So one of the things I wanted to point out, I don't even know what it might mean, but like, so obviously everyone assumes that Bruce Banner is in the Hulkbuster, right? In the Wakanda scenes.
I did not think that.
That's the right.
Okay.
I thought that was like kind of. I guess that's more theory. I guess in a. I don't know, but it kind of makes sense to me. But because like I'm pretty sure he's in like Banner is shown in like Wakanda. Like
he is. Well, because him and Cap, like you see Black Panther welcome him and Cap.
Yeah,
in the main trailer. So
I feel like it's weird that because like we also see a part of a trailer where he crashes, where Banner crashes into the what is it?
Sanctuary.
Yeah,
Sanctium?
what is it?
Sanctium?
Yeah, Sanctum Sanctorum or whatever. Whatever. Doctor Strange's house. Like he's crashed into it, so obviously he's there with them for a period of time, but only Bruce Banner shows up in Wakanda.
So I have to offer your theory for Hulk. I don't know why I came up with this, but towards the end of that battle in Wakanda, which I'm expecting to be towards the end of the movie, I actually think that in a show of strength, Thanos basically throws Hulk into space. and the reason I think that is because they're trying to do this Planet Hulk storyline, right? Starting with Thor Ragnarok, and they're going to try and do that. So basically, he throws Hulk into space, and that can help to shape those movies of whatever they're planning to do with Hulk.
That's actually, I think, what happens in Infinity Gauntlet, I believe, or Infinity War, maybe. Like, I know Thanos basically throws it. That's where all World War Hulk and Planet Hulk all started, because he got thrown over the car by Thanos, I think.
Well, I know what happened.
Things up.
Well, so I thought
Fantastic Four that sends him into space.
Huh?
You talking about wait, I'm sorry, like you say in the comics about the Planet Hulk and all that?
Yeah.
I think it's the Fantastic Four. They send him into space. Like Tony Stark and the Fantastic Four send him into space.
Yeah, they like he like keeps having fits and they can't control himself. So they're like, yeah, we can't trust you anymore. So not Avengers, but like Fantastic Four, and they throw him out. But
I think
he does get punched. Like he does get thrown like across the world by Thanos in Infinity.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah, I think as a show of strength, he'll be thrown into space and won't really be there at the end of the movie.
I could see that, like, because like there's a scene in one of the trailers where the Hulkbuster is basically getting ripped apart by like all the minions. So I could see, like, and obviously we know from Ragnarok 2 that Banner really doesn't want it. He's afraid now. Like it's not even afraid that like because he's gonna hurt somebody. He's afraid because he might never come back. Like so he's afraid to turn into the Hulk. So I could see, at a last ditch effort, he's like, "Fuck it," and then just Hulks out of the armor. Mm-hmm.
That I could see. He just completely destroys the armor from the inside out, and then he gets bitch slapped into space by Thanos. That's
because if the end of that first teaser trailer, he is running behind Captain America in that iconic shot. He's behind him.
Yeah.
So you could see maybe he bursts out of there. He beats up a bunch of people. Maybe like beats up someone from the Black Order, and then they regroup or something, and then they charge in, and Thanos just throws him. And maybe that's why Captain America's got like because people just threw Hulk.
I'm very, very curious to see why Cap's holding the gauntlet. Like why he's
like the only thing I can think of is
trying
to take it off. Like it doesn't make any sense if he's just blocking it. Like because like Thanos has a completely empty hand to just slap him if he wanted to.
I think that he doesn't. Well, he may do that, but I think the reason that we don't see that is because they want to show Thanos' face. That holy shit, this man has literally stopped my punch. Mm-hmm. I think but he could just eventually, like you said, just fucking bitch slap him with the other hand, and that could be when he dies.
What if I've had a thought about that whole thing with Captain America. So just to make sure, so Vision and Scarlet Witch, they're there at some point. They're there, right? I always see a scene where like I feel like Vision's like in the woods or in like a forest area.
Yes, I think that they will be there.
Do you think that scene of Captain America might not actually be Captain America?
Ooh.
Or like maybe Scarlet Witch is like messing with him to make it think like maybe that's Vision doing Thanos. That. Yeah, and like he I don't know why they would do that, but maybe Steve Rogers has something. Maybe he has a stone or he has something, and they're trying to get him away, and they stall, or like maybe Vision gives him his stone, and he's stalling. They're trying to stall Thanos. Get it?
So you're saying like Vision is basically the one stopping the gauntlet, but it's being made to look like Captain America.
Yeah, like maybe Scarlet Witch is. I don't think Vision can change. I'm pretty sure he can't change his look at all. I
mean, he
can
look
Scarlet Witch can.
But
he can look human, but
he can't look like somebody else.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like those two would be together.
Another thing from the trailer is people were saying that if you look closely at Captain America's eyes in that scene, they're yellow. So there's a lot of speculation of is he a stone, or was it just the gauntlet? Like, because it's kind of sunny, like, is the gauntlet reflecting, or your theory, like, is it actually Vision,
or
to look like?
It could be.
I find it hard to believe. We know Captain America is strong as shit, but I find it hard to believe that he's that damn strong. Like,
all it is an oven mitt. He can stop it.
I know that James Gunn said no, but I could also see that being Adam Warlock. Like in your same theory where they just somehow he makes himself look like that, but I don't know. I just feel like it would be really weird if they did this whole Infinity War storyline and didn't have Adam Warlock somehow in it. Because in the comics, I know he's like integral to the whole thing. Like, so I mean, we know he exists. Like, literally, the post-credit scene from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is, we'll call him Adam, and it's literally a guy in a birth pod. Like, it's the next sovereign, evolution or whatever. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like he's gonna show up. I don't know, but James Gunn said no, but. Then again, is he going to tell the truth and spoil a new character being in the movie? No, he's not going to do that. He's going to say,
also, is James Gunn going to tell Kevin Feige, "Hey, I'm not going to allow you to put Adam Warlock in this movie"? Like,
right. So,
I just find because I just find it so not hard to believe, but like they would put that scene in a trailer. If anybody saw that scene in a trailer, you would automatically think, "Oh, he's going to die." He's fighting the main bad guy.
I didn't. I thought he was
gonna die.
No,
but that might be a way to throw you off, kind of like you were saying, because like now
Marvel
everyone thinks Captain America's gonna die. Maybe it's not. Maybe he won't die. Maybe he's gonna live, and maybe that's like how they're trying to throw you off. Is think, oh, he's gonna die, and then really, Stark's gonna die, like you guys were saying.
Or like that could be like Captain America stops the gauntlet, and then Hulk comes out of nowhere and tackles Thanos, and then Thanos just throws him.
Then he kills Hulk.
Hulk can't die. So
or it could be a kind of a thing where like he's about to get like crushed by Thanos, and maybe Stark somehow interjects himself in, like you said. Maybe Stark dies at that point, and somehow Captain America's like, no, like, oh God, no, something like that. Like maybe someone else takes the fall for Captain America. Like he's holding him and he's like about to hit him with his other hand, and then boom, someone else grabs Thanos' other hand, and then
Yeah, because it's funny to see like Steve Rogers, like, because from Civil War, we can they're not evenly matched. Him and Captain America and Iron Man are not evenly matched, but at the end of Civil War, it was competitive. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Say that much. It was kind of competitive. You telling me that Captain America can like hold the gauntlet, but then the other scene, Thanos just knocks the shit out of Iron Man.
Not to mention, in that scene that you're talking about from Civil War, like Iron Man was also at one point fighting two people, like two super soldiers.
Yeah.
And he was able to hold his own, and he was able to take one of them out, and then he almost took Captain America out, and then Captain America.
The thing with that, and I'm going to defend Captain America here, is he tells Friday, I think, is it still Friday at that time, right?
Yeah.
In Civil War, he tells Friday to like basically
just
check his fight, basically. Like he had additional help other than just the suit, trying to fight him. But either way, he lost. So, just saying. But he's probably got some upgraded tech in this movie.
Yeah, no, yeah,
definitely.
Like the foot booster, like the big foot booster, and I'm assuming which is New York. That New York scene with the circle pods or whatever Thanos has coming down.
How far in space do you think they are?
Who?
Like Spider-Man, like
in that space.
Are they like right above Earth?
I don't know.
I think my theory is that they're on Thanos' homeworld, Titan. That's my theory.
Oh, so yeah, I don't know. Like it is weird because like that background is very different. Like than they're like So I think there's one fair in theory with that they're inside the Soul Stone, but I don't know.
That would make sense. What I think is that, so I think the movie will start with the New York part, and I think whatever happens there, Thanos skedaddles or whatever because actually, do we even see Thanos in New York or just that spinning ring thing?
Just the ring.
I thought you saw him. I thought you saw him come out of that. Like you saw Thanos come out of the thing, and he's in New York.
Is
at least the background looks like New York. Like the first I think it's the end of the trailer. Maybe not the end of the trailer, but when Thanos walks out of a portal or whatever he walks out of,
but he's like saying it does put a smile on my face. Is that?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's New York. I
think that's either. Well, basically, what I think is going to happen is
very hard to see the background.
Right. Either they're going to come and they're going to
go watch the trailer again. That's what I got to do.
I know, right? We should. Yeah, I should have watched.
I meant to watch it before we started, but I just kind of ran out of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what I think is going to happen is after the Battle of New York, basically Spider-Man and Captain America, or not Captain America, Doctor Strange, like basically those people from the New York scene are going to go. That and then when they show like Titan or whatever, it's my theory of Titan, but where they go in space, I think that's going to be the next part. Basically, is that they're going to go because you see Captain America do or not. God, I keep switching names. Iron Man do like the jet thing on his feet, and then he just goes. He's like gone. Mm-hmm. Like he's going to space, chasing after that ring, and we've seen. What's his face? Spider-Man on that ring on the first trailer, and it seems like in that space scene. So like I think they try to go like let's take the fight to him kind of thing. Maybe they got the time stone or something. I don't know, but yeah.
I really hope that we hear either Benedict Cumberbatch or Robert Downey Jr. say "No shit, Sherlock" to the other.
Yeah,
I really hope that happens. That would be hilarious.
They need to both do it at different times, right?
So Josh said, "Don't forget the backgrounds in the Ragnarok trailer are mostly different from the movie."
That's true.
So, yeah, they could be putting.
That's right. There's that one where it's like in the city, but it's literally in like a field in Norway.
Yeah.
Now, just to kind of wind it back a little bit, let's. This isn't the.
We can't wind back. We are full steam ahead. I
was about to open up another can of worms too. Damn.
So Loki.
I was actually just about to ask about that too.
Loki. So
he's down at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah, my theory and basically assumption is that he steals because we see Thor in that one trailer with the Guardians of the Galaxy, which we're assuming is pretty much. My guess is that in that post-credit scene, you saw Thanos' ship pull up, and they were on that smaller ship. And I'm guessing Loki takes the Tesseract, gives it to Thanos, basically, and then he just blows that ship up. But we see one other scene where he's standing with the Black Order. Does Loki my personal thing is that he's like Thanos basically kills him after he gets the
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like that scene where he's standing with the Black Order, he basically just gave up most of the Asgardians probably just got massacred, and then he finally is like giving up the Tesseract, and then like Thanos has like one final like show of power, or like to Thor at least it's just like right.
My guess is that maybe Loki's like, well, in return, I want you guys, and then he's just like, nope, fuck you, you get nothing, and just kills him. Like, I think that's gonna be the first death in the movie. I think is Loki dying is gonna be the first death.
I don't think Loki.
He's gonna be like,
I disagree. I don't think that Loki will die. I think that he's going to give the Tesseract to Thanos, and then Thanos will basically imprison him. I think because in the trailer when he's standing next to the Black Order, I'm pretty sure he looks like he's in kind of handcuffs or something like that. I think I have to rewatch it again. But I think that he will again. I think pretty sure in all of the other movies that he's been in, except for Avengers, he's like redeemed himself. Like he's done something kind of shitty and then redeemed himself. And I think that will happen again in this movie. Like I think Loki will be one of the vital people to help get rid of the Black Order.
What if that's Captain America? What if he's the one of the guys that's Captain America?
The question though is,
Loki. Well, Loki's not strong enough to stop the gauntlet. I don't think Loki's strong enough to stop the gauntlet.
I think he's a god. He's
like you Vision. In Loki, pretty fucking.
Like he should be pretty. He's pretty strong. He's a freaking god.
I guess it's possible.
Obviously
because he's done it before.
He got his ass whooped by a Hulk, but I mean, he didn't die from it.
What's gonna be funny is when, just like in Rogue One trailer, that one scene with the TIE fighter wasn't in the movie. This like that Captain America scene just won't be in the movie. It was
won't be there.
I would be so mad. Like I'm looking forward to this scene. I'm looking forward to this scene.
Yeah.
So another question.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because you kind of brought it up, Justin. How much do you think the Black Order is gonna play into this movie? Because like when I originally heard of originally when it was like a first part and a second part, because it basically is a part one and part at this point. Infinity War and the next one is gonna be it's continuing this one, right? Basically, I always thought that like this movie is basically like the Black Order was kind of the main not main villain, but like the main kind of roadblock, and then like Thanos is at the very end, and then the next movie is all him.
I think basically every Marvel movie has a villain basically get defeated. I think the Black Order will be the ones that die or get defeated, and Thanos will move on.
Yeah, I think there's kind of like the obstacles.
Yeah.
On their way to Thanos for the most part.
Mm-hmm. They'll be pains in the asses in Wakanda. I feel like the groups in Wakanda, like you'll have I already forget Denai Guerrero's character, and like all of her warriors will be battling one Black Order character, and then you'll have like I don't even know, like another group, like maybe the M'Baku's tribe will be fighting another one. Like they'll kind of be like to separate them a little bit.
But in the main one in space, like, because don't we see one of them torturing like Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
In the trailer. So in that
trailer, the way they cut it, they make it look like Ebony Maw.
Something Maw, Ebony Maw, yeah.
They cut it to look like that, but
look like it's
trailer cut can, because like the one scene they showed, I guess I remember I read back when I was like there was a breakdown of the trailer on IGN, and they're like the backgrounds are a little bit different. I mean, obviously it could just be perspective and one has a bit more light or something, but they could always cut it to make it look, because they show Ebony Maw like, and then they show like all these cords going through Doctor Strange.
Right, so. Three things. First thing, Josh said awesome facial hair, bros. So thank you, Josh, for that. He's talking about us. Our facial hair. Shut the fuck up. Two, he said he ain't Kratos. I'm expecting Josh to think that Loki's not Kratos. Boy.
Oh yeah. That's my main speculation. Kratos is gonna show up and kill everybody. And then he's gonna hit him with a boy.
My third thing is, so the Doctor Strange, that when he's getting like pierced or whatever, aren't those the same type of things that were in the Doctor Strange movie that were made from I don't know the character's name, Mads Mikkelsen's character? Like when he makes his weapons out of the reality or time or whatever. Yeah. I thought it looks like the same type of thing. Like it's magic is. So
I'm pretty sure Ebony Maw's powers is more or less he gets in your head. So it could persuade you. He's making Doctor Strange do it to himself.
Okay.
Or even just think he's doing it.
Or just think, yeah.
Which
is fine. I just thought that was interesting we have to go watch it, that whatever he's getting pierced with is the same type of thing that he's already fought in his movie. Mm-hmm. And that was like the thing that basically killed people was that time, space, sword thing.
Right.
I don't even know what to call it.
So apparently,
go ahead.
So apparently, there's like online. There's this Thanos theory where it's like each letter of his name stands for So obviously, T is Tesseract, A is Aether, N is Necklace, so it would be the Agamotto Time Stone. O is Orb for Power Stone, and then S is Scepter for the Mind Stone, which was Loki's scepter, and then H is like the hidden one, which could be like either Heimdall.
It's Hawkeye.
Yeah. So like I guess the main ones is Heimdall.
I love to think that Heimdall, like his eyes and everything.
I bought into that theory for a while, but then I thought that.
And then the other one, which Justin might like, is him, which is basically like another name for Adam Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well let's actually get into this then. What are your official predictions on where or what the Soul Stone is? We didn't really get into that. Like,
I think, okay, so we have not seen Hawkeye really too much, if at all, in the trailers or the posters or anything.
He's been in nothing. He's literally been in nothing.
He hasn't been in anything to my knowledge. I think because they said his quest is very important. I think whatever his quest is him finding the Soul Stone. I don't know. I tried to think about it today again, and I just don't know where or what but I think his task is going to be to find that stone. Like I don't know why or how.
Task?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just feel like it's weird that he's not in any trailer, because I feel like that implies to me that he either is not really in the movie too much and he's not important, or that he's so important that anything they would show would be a spoiler. Yeah. So I'm wondering if like
they open up with him on his farm. That's what they open up the movie with. Is him on his farm, and then
I could see, considering he's an agent of an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. technically, or he was at least. I could see him maybe trying to find Captain Marvel, because we know based off of like reports and stuff like that, that Nick Fury and Coulson are both going to be in the Captain Marvel movie. So she'll be associated with Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. already. He's an agent. He'll have knowledge of her powers and stuff like that. Or maybe Nick Fury kind of, gives him the hints and stuff, and then that pushes him to go find her. Because I mean, like she is really powerful. Like, so I mean, like
she's gonna play a major role in Avengers 4.
Yeah,
I feel like she's gonna play a very major role. So Brandon, what's
that is my new theory. That is definitely. I don't think he's gonna go for this. That makes way more sense to me. I didn't.
So Brandon, where or what is the Soul Stone for you?
I have no idea.
That's like the toughest part of all of it.
I know, like
I got a good one.
I'm just gonna like say something stupid. Like I'm gonna just say it's like
Vision's dick.
It's like Gamora. It's Gamora. That's what I'm saying right now.
Gamora is the Soul Stone,
or something to do with her. Like because it is weird. Like I mean, because I'm pretty sure in actually no, okay, I'm changing the theory right now.
Don't change what mine is.
The Black Order, which they aren't called the Black Order in the movie, by the way. They're called the Children of Thanos.
Yeah.
Black Order plus Nebula and Gamora are all the Soul Stone.
Motherfucker, are you talking Horcruxes? Is this what you're talking about?
Exactly. Kind of like that. It's like I mean,
if Thanos makes some Horcruxes, I swear to God.
Like, so I'm saying it right now. Like, they're all the Soul Stone. Like, he's getting all the pieces together, and then he'll just like expend them all when he needs to, and make the Soul Stone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting.
Tony, what was your theory? Because you actually you said you had a good one.
So this one might be done. Watch one of the other stones was this thing. I'm gonna say that that Earth is the soul's not Earth, but let's get scientific. Let's say the Earth's core. Fuck it. The Earth is the last stone. Fuck it. Because just from the moon, I feel like Thanos makes a big deal about the planet Earth. I think it's less so the Avengers and more of like Earth. He wants the planet Earth for some reason. And I feel like, because I don't know if it's explicit or I think it is explicit in Age of Ultron. Ultron was meant to do, what the fuck? Thanos has something to do with Ultron in a sense. Because, at the end, in the credits, he's like, okay, I'll do it myself now. He gets the gall and he's like, okay, I'm going to take care of myself now, whatever. I feel like he wants to get rid of the Avengers because Earth is actually the last piece.
I could see that mainly because of the heart-shaped herb. I mean, why would the Earth be able to produce something like that powerful? And then the other thing is, I don't know if you guys remember, but in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, in the beginning when they're introducing Kurt Russell's character Ego, he shows Quill's mom a plant that he put in the Earth, and he's I didn't think it would take, because it didn't with some of the other planets. Yeah,
they make Earth seem so. Yeah, and you could say oh, why are all these extraordinary people or things on this one particular place?
Yeah,
because when you think about it, Peter Quill. I mean, granted, his dad is who his dad is, but he's from Earth. You got even though Spider-Man's not, they're not mystical. He's not mystical. There's a lot of extraordinary people, and who knows? Maybe in a few years from now, we have more extraordinary extraordinary people.
Not to mention, even though Quill is only half celestial, he was able to defeat a celestial, basically.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was able to subdue him enough so that he couldn't stop the bomb from blowing up, the core.
Right.
Yeah.
So why would he be able to do that?
Yeah, and you can say the stone is in the core of Earth, so Thanos has to basically, I got to destroy the Earth to get what I need. So
right. And maybe that's why he's going to Wakanda. Maybe it's the easiest way there.
So that's actually my theory is, I think, which is one of the more prevalent theories, is that the Soul Stone is in the middle of the vibranium meteorite that crashed, which is kind of like what you're saying, Tony. It's not necessarily in the middle of the Earth, but it's in the Earth because the meteorite crashed there.
And can that be why they're in Wakanda?
Yes, that's why they're in Wakanda, is because he finds out the Soul Stone is in the vibranium.
Right.
And that's what he's trying to do, is basically destroy all of Wakanda to get to the vibranium. Now, I don't know. Vibranium is the strongest metal on Earth. How does it face against a person like Thanos? type thing. Like, can he break it or like whatever, you know? So I think that it's actually going to be in the middle of that.
That could make sense too, because like that whole part in Black Panther with the the herb, like he goes to that world and that kind of is reminiscent a little bit of this like soul world, or like what's in the Soul Stone. Like it's a lot of people thought, oh, that they're gonna reveal the Soul Stone is in Wakanda, but then it ended up not being revealed that. So it's like, well, or they didn't say what really. It's just we don't know. Sure,
it's
yellow. Oh no,
yellow,
orange or yellow. Orange, yellow.
Orangey yellow. Okay,
orange,
okay.
I think
because the Mind Stone is
Mind Stone's
yellow.
Okay.
So I actually, that's another thing too, is in Black Panther, like you said, the soul world kind of orange, but then also like that the dirt and stuff that they put on them was kind of orangish. So I'm thinking it kind of goes with your theory too, Tony. Like the Earth, like they literally put dirt, which was orange, over top of them, and he went to the soul, like the soul place, like
you can still see
world.
the souls of the dead and stuff, and like
exactly. So I think a combination of Tony and my theories are probably what's going to be right. So
Oh, okay. Just to put a stop on this for a second. All I gotta say is talking about this is making it all the weight, all that work. Even though it's like less than 24 hours, I'm just like, fuck, I can just go in a coma for like 13, 15 hours. Like I wish I could just take work off tomorrow, because I just don't even think I'm gonna be able to handle it.
You want me to give you one more? Want me to give you guys one more real quick?
All right.
With Captain America in the glove. Here's another one.
Wait.
Kiss my
Go ahead. I'm ready.
I think it could also be Scarlet Witch disguised. I feel like it's not him. It's somebody else disguised. It could be Scarlet Witch. I feel like they might kill her too.
I don't think so. I think she's. I think she. Please don't say. I think that I don't think any woman is going to die. Any major woman, and the reason I say that.
Say major.
What is it? Not major. It's not Jesus. No, I don't think that any. I don't think any woman is gonna die, and the reason is because there's not that many of them anyway. Like I don't think that they would do that.
This way, you got Gamora, you got Black Widow, you got all the Black Panther ladies, you got how the fuck? There's one point I'm not thinking about. What the
Scarlet Witch?
Scarlet Witch? Yeah, you just
wait. I thought I said her. I didn't say her. I
Captain Marvel. I mean, even though she's not introduced yet.
I don't. Okay, so Mantis could die.
Nebula.
Mantis. Did you know that the woman who plays Mantis looks completely different in real life?
Oh yeah, I know.
Like she was on, I think, Jimmy Kimmel with a bunch of them, and I was like, at first I didn't know who she was. I was like, who is this person? And then I had to actually.
I know. I watched that clip too, like where they're drawing themselves, or they're
yeah. I was like, I was like, is this one of the Black Order? Like, who is this? Like,
Proxima Midnight. Nope.
We do know who plays that though now.
Plays who?
It's Carrie Coon.
Yep. Yeah.
So I don't know if you've watched Leftovers. She's one of the main characters. She was also in the most recent season of Fargo, I think. Oh, and then she was also Ben Affleck's sister in Gone Girl.
Okay, I know who she is from Gone Girl. I don't think women are gonna die, but
if anyone, I think it'd be Black Widow, but
yeah,
even then.
So there's a meme for the Thanos theory. I don't know if you guys seen it, but it's basically like Thanos he uses his name to spell out why he's conquering the world. So it's like T equals too many people. H, half as many people would be better. A, annihilate half the people. N, not all, just half. O, only way to attract Mistress Death. S, sex with Mistress Death.
That's pretty good. That is pretty.
While you mention that, do you think Thanos will either do this finger snap, half the people die, or maybe he doesn't do the snap, but like, will he succeed in this movie of killing half the universe?
I think that's the end of the movie.
I think that's
that could be Unfortunately, I don't know if anybody's seen reviews, but they spoiled sort of saying there's a cliffhanger. I mean,
you would think.
Right. Well, they say.
Well, is the cliffhanger at the end of the movie, or is the cliff the post credits?
I think it's the end of the movie. Actually, no, that's not. I don't know. I don't think that anyone's actually specified. So we'll see.
I also think that I think it'll happen, but I think we'll see the fallout from that kind of like we'll see that, and then the movie will end, kind of thing, and then it'll be like, okay, then the post credit. I don't know. I know there's one post credit scene that's like all the way at the end, but I don't know what that could be. Like that I don't know.
Or maybe he does it, but it's on a much smaller scale, and it's like one person, like one important person dying or something.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he could do if me and Steven's theory, right? I mean, he could do that to get the last stone and basically blow the fucking Earth up. Like you get a chunk of the Avengers off, and they just
doesn't he have to have all the stones? Like, doesn't he have to have all the stones?
Yeah.
So he can't do that.
See, that's where I get hung up with it, because I'm like, I don't know if he will have all the stones. But then again, my general theory is that he's going to succeed, and then they're going to just try and go back in time, and then get their own the gauntlet before him, and then.
Mm-hmm.
But
so one question
I don't know.
I do have, I think we talked about last week where they cast an older version of Ant-Man's daughter for Avengers 4.
Yep.
So do you think that's something that's involved with this Infinity War, or do you think it's something involved specifically just with Ant-Man and Wasp? And if it's involved with Infinity War, like, does that mean there's a time jump?
I just had an epiphany from what Brandon said.
So
before you forget it, hold on, before you forget your epiphany, what is it?
I'll say something, let Justin go. So my thing is, Captain America won't die. Thanos kills a shit ton of people, and the fourth movie is basically Cap with some new young Avengers and like Captain Marvel and stuff, and they're like trying to get the gauntlet from Thanos. I don't know where it is from there. I don't know if they're on Earth or in space. I feel like they're on Earth, like a half damaged Earth, like half the people dead, whatever. And it's an old Cap and like a younger group of kids,
and like Spider-Man, like a young.
Well, it'd have to be But the thing is like
maybe I don't know.
The new actress is like 6 or 7 years older. Like, are they gonna have that much of a?
Well, how much older would she be after Ant-Man?
That's what I was getting ready to ask too.
I'm assuming probably like maybe more like 5. I mean, so the actress who's
she's 6 years older, or the character's going to be 6 years older.
The actress is 6 years older. So I mean, you could say she's younger, yeah. But I mean, like, why would they get? I don't know. Like, I feel like you could still like play off as saying the daughter that's 10 years old could like make her look a little bit older and say she's 13 years old or something like that, instead of getting a completely different person.
Right.
Or they might want her to look. They might want her to just or they might just want her to look older,
like 4 years or something. I don't know.
So
they could do that, but they just have her look older.
In real time, Ant-Man came out 3 years ago. So I obviously that doesn't correlate to Marvel time periods.
Just like froze.
You froze.
What?
You froze.
What? No, my feed froze.
You said after real time is 3 years. It was 3 years ago. That's when you.
Oh, real time is 3 years ago, but it doesn't correlate obviously to like Marvel time. But I feel like the years are like periods in time for the Marvel universe. So like that was 3 years ago. What I have to look at what else was 3 years ago, but could it be that she has aged 3 years and it's now? I don't really know what the time period is.
And what's the time from this and Civil War? What's the time period? What's the time gap?
It's got to be long enough for Steve Rogers to grow a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because since Civil War, we haven't had a movie that's taken place on Earth, right?
No.
I mean, except for Spider-Man. Sorry.
Spider-Man, yeah.
And that was supposedly.
But that was literally right after.
Doctor Strange.
Was Doctor Strange after?
It was after. I think. Wait.
No.
I'm pretty sure it was
Doctor
after.
Strange was before.
Was it?
No, it came out in November.
It was after.
It was July for Civil War.
But time period wise, was it before or after?
Oh yeah, I have no idea. I'd like to. Yeah.
I think
Thor Ragnarok. Wait. Was it Thor Ragnarok that takes place? How far after does that take place? Because
I'm so scared to search that right now. If one of you want to do it, go for it. Google like a Marvel timeline.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. This.
I mean,
I'm not Googling that. You're fucking crazy. No way I'm Googling Marvel timeline.
I know, right? I know that people are making big to do because there's a title card in Homecoming that says 8 years later, and people are like, "That's impossible in the timeline."
Yeah, well, the Booster Brothers have already said that's incorrect too.
Yeah, it's like 4 years. Yeah. They said like it only makes sense if it was 4 years, and then like they said they're gonna fix it. And they said they were gonna put out before Infinity War, they were gonna put out an actual official timeline, but I don't think that ever happened.
No, I don't think so either.
Because I was always like, I want to see that.
Does Hulk ever say how long he's been on that planet or anything like that?
No, because he doesn't know.
Yeah, he doesn't remember.
Banner doesn't remember, but Hulk
may mention. I think Thor mentions from Age of Ultron. I think he mentions from then, like when he left, or maybe. Hold on, I'm trying to think now. Actually, no. Hulk or Bruce Banner mentions it because he goes when he's in the Quinjet. He looks at the logs, like the flight logs, and he sees that he's like. I think he's like, I've been Hulk for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I'd have. I think we're gonna watch it.
But then that's from Age of Ultron though too. So
I'm chancing it.
I like how this is all about the Ant-Man's daughter. I like how this
is right. Way to go, Brandon. Way to muck it up.
So I mean, like, actually, honestly, like, I think I already gave my theory about that last week, but like, because like I feel like she's gonna get stuck in the microverse somehow, and then get saved, and then she'll just be aged. I think that's what happened.
Infinity War, according to the Russo brothers, is roughly 2 years after Civil War.
That's a long time. That means that Cap cannot grow a beard for a long time. He's like me. 2 years. Okay.
Yeah, it's roughly 2 years, he says. So, and then
but Black Panther was right after Civil War, right?
I was just talking about people not on Earth, and we just mentioned Black Panther. Movies not on Earth. I completely forgot about that.
Well, Black Panther was right after Civil War.
Was it directly?
Oh, yeah, it was. It was right after. Wasn't he coming back from? Because he hadn't come back from.
When his dad had died. Yeah. So,
I can tell you one character.
So that were 2 years after. Basically almost 2 years after Black Panther too. So it's gonna be pretty cool, I think, to see what Shuri's cooked up in her little lab.
Yeah.
My theory on Shuri. A lot of people want her to put on the Iron Man armor and become Ironheart.
I do too. Basically. That's what I want. I want her to be. I want her to take on the role of Riri from the comics.
Yeah. I didn't think that was going to happen. I didn't think she was going to put on the Iron Man armor. And then when you said the Bruce Banner, the Hulkbuster. What if Shuri is actually in the Hulkbuster armor?
Although I feel like
she's basically, I feel like she's smart enough to know how to use, be able to use the armor without having a training course or whatever.
Yeah. Or there's no one in it, and she's using that little technology that the dude uses jet.
That I could see. That could also be a thing.
See, I think Shuri. I don't think Marvel predicted that she was going to be as big a deal as she is. So I don't think she's actually going to have that huge of a role in this movie. I think Avengers 4 she's definitely going to. I personally just don't think. I think they weren't expecting her to be as like a huge character. Like I feel like she's like the favorite from that. I don't think.
I think she's going to be. She's going to be an integral.
I think
part
she's a role, but I think it's not going to be as like a massive role or anything.
I think she plays a very integral part in the beginning of the Wakanda scene.
Okay.
Like the big, whatever the full Wakanda scene is, I feel like she plays a big part in, like, she obviously is going to be giving Cap his shield, like his claw shields.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's going to be a big part in the movie, is her like arming everybody basically.
I wonder if like in the boardroom when they were like, after they finished this movie and like they saw Black Panther made a lot of money, they're like, well, shit, I know who we're bringing back to life. I know we're not killing in the fourth movie. I'm like, oh shit, we killed Black Panther. Fuck.
Nope, can't do that.
We're bringing him back to life.
That would be racist. We can't kill the Black Panther. Although I feel like a lot of Wakandans are going to die in that fight. So
Yeah, definitely. So we haven't even talked about Bucky.
Yeah.
Do we?
The White Wolf.
Yeah. Although, I mean,
in the trailer, he looks
another
just like
theory.
the Winter Soldier.
What if like Cap does just stay alive throughout 3 and 4 and just kind of finally retires?
And Bucky takes it up.
Yeah.
I don't think Bucky's
We
going to
also
take
haven't
it
talked
up.
about Falcon either.
I think Falcon's going to take it up.
Yeah.
I think they're going to double down.
I think Bucky's bigger of a star than.
Well, I think Bucky is going to be a different role. Like, I think he's just going to be his own thing. I think they're just going to keep him in that Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Sam Wilson. I think they're going to double down because I think the next generation of Avengers is going to be kind of like All New, All Different was for like the comics, where it's going to be like Captain Marvel and Black Panther, and then Captain America, Sam Wilson, and it'll be like they're going to go with like a little bit more diversity, and a little bit more mixture of the people. Mm-hmm. That's what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to, because they've had success, and I'm sure. Honestly, I feel like Captain Marvel is going to be a pretty big movie for them as well, just because, just like Wonder Woman was a big movie for DC. Like, I think it's going to be the kind of a similar thing. They're going to try and spread it out because they've had it. Like, Black Panther is like their best, like their most successful movie right now. I mean, this will probably, I'm assuming will, but I just feel like they're going to look at that and go, because all they've announced past this is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Homecoming 2. Like, that's it. Like, so we don't really know past Avengers 4 what's coming out. Besides those two, they have dates lined up, but they haven't given titles, and I think that's part of the reasons.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that Bucky will. I think Bucky's gonna. If anybody actually takes up the mantle other than Steve Rogers, I think it'll be Bucky.
Although the other reason why I think this is that I think it was either Feige or the Russo brothers that said that it would be a waste of Bucky's character to just make him Captain America. Now, if that's just throwing people off the trail, or if that's just, the truth, that's one. Because honestly, I don't trust anything the Russo brothers say, because they said this movie and Avengers 4 were completely separate. Like, they were connected, just like all the MCU movies are, but it wasn't a big deal. And then Kevin Feige comes out later, and now he's just like, no, they're the most connected movies that we have. Like, they're as most connected as any of the movies we have. So it's like, okay, so they were kind of stretching that meaning a little bit.
Yeah. Make Hawkeye Captain America.
Get the fuck out of here.
Make Captain Marvel Captain America.
Like, was it? I can't remember. I think it was right before Bucky became Cap. Like, someone came up, approached Hawkeye first, and it was like, "You should take the mantle or whatever, or the flag."
He's like, "Nah, bro."
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Nah, bro. I'm a ninja. I'm a ninja right now, bro. Nah.
We haven't even talked about the fact that he do the Ronin thing.
Wait.
Did I cut out?
No, I think just two people were talking and it chose.
Oh, so I said we didn't even talk about the fact that Hawkeye could do the whole Ronin thing.
Mm-hmm.
You said Ronin thing, and I was thinking Ronin from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
I was like, what are you talking about?
And then R-O-N-I-N.
He's a ninja. Yeah.
That's a possibility. My only theory that I have still written down is that whoever in the very end, I think, well, I've kind of changed. Whoever's going to do the main thing in the end to either save everyone or whatever the last thing that they do is, it's going to be Spider-Man.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Whatever the last thing that's going to happen in the movie, like the last good thing for the good guys, whatever happens, it's going to be Spider-Man doing it. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it's going to be. I feel like he's going to be the one to do it.
Whether that be sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
I was gonna say maybe he takes the gauntlet, maybe he gets the gauntlet off or something like that. I feel like that's going to be Spider-Man.
I was gonna say, what if they make him the what is it called? The cosmic version of him? What was that called?
Oh.
Come on, Brandon. What do you? Yeah,
I know. Well, it's not like an actual Spider-Man name. It's like a little entity chose him for a brief period of time, and it's like
the old lady.
No.
Did
anybody read A Force?
Unipower?
Did anybody read A Force?
I did not.
Aaron did.
God bless it. All All right.
You sure it's not
Wait, are you talking about
Spider-Man?
the Unipower?
Maybe?
That's what this Marvel database says. Is the Unipower chose to remain with Peter Parker?
The Enigma
probably it.
Force?
Captain Universe?
No. I'll find it. You guys you keep talking. I'll find it.
But that was just my thing. Is that basically Spider-Man's going to be a main part, like the main guy in the end to fix or do whatever.
That would be amazing. Probably have tears.
I'm gonna have tears in this movie anyway. So
Are you talking about Captain Universe?
Yes.
I just said that. Don't you
No.
listen to me?
No, wait.
No, that's
You
okay.
said Captain Marvel. I think you said Captain. Wait, did you say Captain?
No,
Universe?
I said Captain Universe. It was on that wiki page, but
So they
It's whatever.
give her a different name in this. So like in the A4, she's called Singularity, but she has like this. It's like basically like almost like what Silver Surfer has. Like he has like power cosmic almost. Like
Mhm.
wait, did you? Okay,
Josh said Captain Planet.
all right, Justin, did you read Spider-Verse yet?
Part of it, I think. Just like the main thing.
Okay, so like the most powerful version of him that they use, like, but he, like, it's like a cosmic version.
Yeah. I remember that.
Okay, that actually happens for a brief period of time, like, so, but I don't know.
What if Stan Lee gives Peter Parker his powers,
True.
and then Peter Parker,
Maybe
yeah,
watch
he
some
takes
stuff.
off the Infinity Gauntlet.
I wonder what his cameo is gonna be.
I feel like this one's going to be very big. I feel like he's going to have a very big. It may not be important, but I feel like it's going to be a big cameo.
I don't know. I mean, like, it definitely won't happen. But I'd like die laughing if he's like riding a rhino into battle in Wakanda.
That would be pretty. That would be pretty funny. Do you guys have any other theories? I was going to say what my thinking of deaths would be.
I got a theory. Stan Lee is the bus driver, and I seen Peter Parker's like when he's on a school bus, right? He's the bus driver.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That can be true.
Stan Lee dies. Well, not in real life, but the character in the movie, get Jesus.
Damn, Tony, get out of here! God damn!
He gets abused by his caretakers. That's what happens.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ, Tony.
Yeah, but
Uh,
my only other theory that's not like death related is I think that this movie very much is going to just be about Thanos more than the Avengers themselves. I think it's going to be more like just Thanos. Like, I just think it's going to be a story of getting the stones and like this, and then like Avengers 4 will be like Avengers 4, like them coming their story of retribution or whatever.
Well, they've already said that him and Thor, I think, get the most screen time out of anybody.
That's
I could see. I feel like
that's really weird because trailer time, it's that Thor is like barely in it. I feel like
Right.
Well,
like he's in that one
we actually didn't even talk about Thor. Like,
I know we didn't. It's just weird. I mean, I guess because
Thor with the eye and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like
So
we kind of talked about Loki, but we never really got into Thor.
So the beginning of the movie, I think, is going to be the spaceship, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
Thor's spaceship. Them finding. But no, hold on. What was my theory? So basically, Thanos, his ship is there. Loki gives him the Tesseract. Thanos basically blows up the ship, and the Guardians of the Galaxy basically catch Thor. Is what it's going to be. But
Yeah.
I don't know where. I don't know where exactly it's going to be. But in the trailer, you see Thor forging the new Meow Meow. Basically,
I think that's what's assumed. I mean, we don't know for sure.
Well, I think in the trailer, it looks like he's like holding something up, but there's nothing there. Like they did a CGI job, like his eye in the trailers, and I think that's going to be his hammer axe or whatever.
Yeah, I was
Bjornsson.
Well, no, that's just the axe. That one that's called like the God Killer.
Stormbreaker or something.
Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
So I think
Beta Ray
that
Bills can come and just fuck everyone up.
Right? That'd be awesome.
So yeah, he forges it from the Star Forge. So
actually,
what
now
does
that I
that
think about
mean?
it, Thor's got to be pretty important in beating.
I think he is.
Because, like, I mean, if you think about it,
He's
before,
the
like,
only god.
well, like, he's a god, and then, like, before he got zapped, he was actually gonna beat Hulk in a head-on battle.
Right.
So, like, he's like they've shown that he's actually pretty strong.
Right. And that movie kind of led into this movie.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the lead-in movies. Like they made a point to show him off before this movie. Like he's most freshest in your head if you're just watching them as they came out, kind of.
Right.
In Black Panther, but
Josh said that Stan Lee's gonna bite Peter Parker and give him cosmic powers.
Should bite him?
Yeah, Stan Lee bites Peter and gives him cosmic powers.
Josh, go to sleep. Go back. It's past your bedtime.
Thanks,
oh man,
I like that. Yeah, I think Thor's gonna play a very, very big role in this.
Yeah, a lot of people are like shipping. Well, not shipping, Jesus, but like they want to like see like a buddy cop movie with like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. But I would really like to see like a battle with like Hulk and Spider-Man together, like against Thor. Like I don't know why, against but Thor? I just think, against Thanos. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, against Thor. Like what?
Yeah. So like I don't know why, but like I always I envision like the end of Jurassic World where the T-Rex and the Raptor are fighting Indominus Rex together. Like
that's
yeah. So like like Spider-Man's doing all the distractions and shit, and like just kind of jumping off his back, like going all over the place, and Thor's just knocking the Hulk is just knocking the shit out of him when he's not paying attention.
So then, who's the Megalodon that comes and actually beats Thanos?
Drax.
Drax.
In the comics, Drax is literally made to just kill Thanos.
Right.
Like that's the whole purpose. It would make sense.
I don't know. I was trying to think of someone else bigger. Maybe they'll just get one of those Leviathans from the.
It would be Groot. Teenage Groot.
Oh, true. He just turns.
We didn't talk about Rocket and Groot either. Teenage Groot. Like there's so many characters. There's so many characters in this movie. It's ridiculous.
Like, we didn't talk about there's a lot of stuff we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
I agree though with you were saying this a while ago with Gamora. I think Gamora is going to have a huge role because like she is the daughter of Thanos. So like, if she doesn't, that'd be kind of strange. I feel like.
Right. Yeah, I just feel like it's weird that like they show this random ass scene in the trailer of her like child. I don't know.
I think that's going to be related to where she's talking about him in the ship, where she talks about this like him snapping or whatever, like snap of his finger. I feel like she's going to be talking about how she got to be with Thanos, and then like
also, I mean, I don't think this, but they could also have just done it to kind of remind people like this is Thanos' daughter, like because you really, I mean, it's a little bit mentioned in Guardian of the Galaxy 2, and it's more mentioned in Guardian of the Galaxy 1, obviously, but maybe they just want to like really drive in like this is his daughter, like. But I think they would. But the thing is, why drive that point across unless it's important?
Right. So
here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna go see the movie tomorrow, and every single thing we've said tonight is wrong.
That was gonna be my final theory.
The thing is, I'm wrong. Like if it's like if we're off, like I'm okay with that.
I would welcome that. To be honest, if they completely just do a 180 on us.
All right, before we get into deaths, what is the one thing you want to see in the movie, or one theory you want to be true? Just one final thing you want to be a thing.
Jesus, I don't even know. I have no idea. I guess honestly, I want your theory about Spider-Man to be true.
Justin, actually, one thing is direct shit.
Yeah. That's actually something I want to see. The actual power of the gauntlet. Like, I don't want him just to be stronger as he adds stones. I want to see the actual like physical embodiment of the stone being used. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's like how is the time? Wait, which one? What's the cosmic key or the cosmic? Yeah, that's space. Okay, yeah, it's like how is he going to use that? Oh, actually, that might have. I just thought of another theory. Shit. So well, we just thought of like we were talking about how like it doesn't make any sense where Tony and them are fighting Thanos. Like it's some random orange place, right? Well, maybe he uses the space zone and transports them somewhere.
Right. And then they would enter into my theory. They brings them to his home world.
Yeah.
Could do that. like just to get him away from Earth,
right?
Which is the Soul Stone. We figured it out, guys.
Justin, what's your one thing?
I want to see that finger snap. I just want to see it.
You just want to see
Actually, if that's how the movie ends, I will literally be like, both like, holy shit, and both like, shit. like, yes, but then no.
That would be, I think, the biggest cliffhanger they could do.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even imagine something.
It just shows his hand go up in the air and just boom, and then the black credits.
Yep.
And then maybe the post-credit scene is just, you know, a funeral or something, like just to kind of like, you know, and then they like reveal like, oh yeah, you know, Tony Stark, I can't believe Thanos, we have to get together, and then all of a sudden Captain Marvel walks up or something. Like, oh, I can be of assistance, something like that.
You didn't hear that the post-credit scene was actually Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds sitting in a bar, and then Stanley walks in and says, "We need you," and then Pierce snicked.
I think it'd be hilarious.
I am really hoping that the post-credit scene somehow pulls in like the Fantastic Four or something. I know it's probably a negative 50 bajillion chance, probably, but I would love if that's what actually happens.
I think it'd be hilarious if it was like like something with Deadpool where he just like pops out of nowhere. It's like, how the hell did I get here? Like with like,
right?
This is a deal, right? Yeah.
He's like, what's Cable doing playing dead Thanos? Like,
right?
It's like I've seen you before.
That would be pretty funny. My thing is I don't want Captain America to die. That is my one thing I don't want to see.
You said you want
Captain.
What you want to see is not him dying. I got it.
Yeah. That's actually not it. My one thing I want to see is the collection of all of these superheroes together in one place. Like Wakanda looks like it has majority of them, but I want to see them all. I want to see the Guardians. I want to see the Avengers. Yes. I want to see Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Avengers, Guardians, all of them together in one place fighting Thanos. Or like maybe not even a big fight, just like standing there, like maybe being ready to fight. I just want to see that collection of 10 years culminate into one scene.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping for. Also, Cap, I don't want him to die. So that is Justin, I'm gonna try to record my face so you can see my reaction.
I got one more thing, and then I'll be done. I want there to be a death that is a permanent death. Like I want a bigger person to die, and I want it to be permanent. Like they've kind of said that's what it probably will be, but if there is deaths, but I want it to be. I don't want them because like kind of the issue I'm having with a lot of Marvel comics right now is like Wolverine's back, this person's back, this person's back, this person's back, like it's like I like that they're bringing back, but at the same time it's like no one is dead, like no one can stay dead. It's just like they're all back. It's like, and I get why they're doing it in the comics, but at the same time it's like, all right, in the movie world, let's have some people die, like just be gone. Like they don't need to be dead. They be in a coma. They can get sent to another universe. I don't really care how they disappear, but like I want them gone.
Mm-hmm.
Someone just permanently, someone gone.
Well, then who's your deaths? Let's do that. Let's get the death.
All right, so I'll just start. Let's just start with the big two. First off, Captain America. So let's say one least likely, like one you don't think is chance in hell. 5 is absolutely definitely gone. Start with Captain America. We'll start with Brandon. Let's go in alphabetical order for this.
All right, I'll say 3.
Yeah, 3 is like could go either way kind of thing.
Yeah, 3 also.
Steven? Go ahead and say 1.
1 is 1. Yeah.
1 is least likely. Yes, and I'm gonna go
1.
I'm gonna go 5 just because my theory says he's dead, so I'll go 5. Although I probably feel more like 4. Like I'm not like I'm confident I'm not, but now like your theories, I've heard your theories, and now I'll get to the next one, Tony Stark. Brandon.
That I would say 4.
4.5.
3.
I'm also gonna go 3. I think you go either way. I could see both him and like I even see them together in one scene and they both die. Like that could blow people's minds too. Like,
I think one of them needs to stay. I think one of them will need to be the centerpiece of everything.
But could you imagine he just goes and he like has the things and he goes to snap his finger and they just like look at each other and just like, you know, like Tony Stark just goes, "I'm sorry," and then just like boom.
And then, or Steve says, "I'm with you to the end of the line" to Bucky, and then he just snaps his fingers.
Right. Something like that. Like
And
that.
that's it.
Oh my god, this movie needs to come out like now. Anyway, okay, so that was that.
Wait, hold on. We're going down a list because there's a list of about
Yeah, I know.
60
No,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
a
gonna
big
do
ass
all of
list.
them. I'll just do a few of them. Do you want me to do everyone?
No, I was thinking
We'll do
everybody
like
was-
okay, just do the main Avengers, and then if anyone else has like a higher chance for like some of the other
Okay.
ones.
Okay, well, let me do this one then first before we continue with Avengers. Any of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the current Guardians of the Galaxy, which I'm just going to say is Drax, Groot, Rocket, Gamora, and Star-Lord. Those the original 5. Will any of them die?
I'm gonna give
Yes.
Drax a 4.
I was going to give Drax a 5.
Yeah, Drax.
On.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh God. I'm gonna give
Actually,
the whole group a 2. Like I just don't think any of them are gonna go. I'm gonna say 2 for the whole group. I just don't think any of them are going anywhere. Actually,
I think
if
everyone's
anyone,
a 1 except for Drax.
okay.
they might need Drax in the next movie. They might keep him for the next movie. I don't know.
I just think he's such a good comedic character that people really like. I just don't know if they would. We know there's a volume 3, so I'm wondering if they would just keep. I don't know. I could see what you're saying though. It would make sense because his story is very linked to Thanos. So
Yeah.
like his story.
Well, though,
right.
like they kind of messed that up though, like because then they make it more like he was like destined to kill what's his face, Ronan. Not- Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right, Thor.
-3.
I'd say like 2.
I'm gonna go 1.
Yeah, I think about 2.
-3. There's no way Thor dies.
Okay.
He's too sexy.
Hulk.
Yep.
I'm gonna give
Bruce Banner or Hulk.
so like the only reason like I wouldn't give him higher is because I'm pretty sure he's still signed on for a couple movies. So I'm gonna say 2.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna say a 1, but a 1 for dying. But I'm gonna say it's a 5 that he is gone because I think he's gonna be shot into space.
Okay.
He can disappear for a while. Hawkeye.
2.
0.
I'm gonna go 5. I don't feel like he's a major enough character, and I feel like he's someone they could kill, and it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 3.5.
I don't think they would show it. They wouldn't show him if his role wasn't gonna be big enough and he would die. Like I feel like they would have been showing him in the trailers to get you like, man, Hawkeye, I literally like Hawkeye, and then kill him. Like just chop his fucking head off. Like I don't think
Black Widow.
0.
I'll go 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3 too.
I think you can go either way with her.
Yeah. They keep teasing her a solo movie for her, but I don't know. Like I feel like could be misdirection.
This puts the kibosh on it because
I also feel like he's the kind of person that they could bring back, like kill her and then bring her back, and then they decide to go forward with the solo movie. I could even see like the solo movie kind of talking about that Budapest mission with Hawkeye or whatever. Like,
oh yeah, let it just be
past
like a. Yeah.
I think if they do a Black Widow movie, it's going to be a past movie. It's not going to be a present movie.
Yeah.
Anybody else on the team?
are
Are you doing like the first of
Black
like,
Panther.
Avengers 1 team?
Black Panther.
No.
Oh, 0.
Zero.
There's Black Panther 2 coming out. There's
That's
0
right.
chance.
We do have, but the thing is, Shuri has become
That's true.
comics, has become so like he could die and then she could be like, oh, I'm the next in line, kind of.
I think they like Chadwick Boseman too much to,
Right.
to have
Yeah,
him
and
in
they
2
just-
movies.
I agree with you. For what it's worth, I think 0, but
Yeah.
But I was just saying it's not like it's impossible.
Right.
Yeah, well, Ant-Man's
I mean, do we do Vision and Scarlet Witch or?
let's do Vision first.
Vision. I give him a 4.5.
I'm gonna give him a 4.
I give Vision a 10.
A 10.
He's
But-
double dead.
He's double dead.
So I think what happens is I think that the Mind Stone gets taken from him, and that obviously kills him. But I think that that Iron Man basically can turn him back into Jarvis, and he starts helping them with a bunch of things.
Mhm.
So I think Vision dies, but Jarvis comes back to life. I think.
Okay. All right. So
Then-
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
So mine, like, I really hope she doesn't die. By the way,
What they need it for when they bring the X-Men in.
but the
0.
but the thing is like mine is kind of depends on what Steven said. It's like so if if Vision dies, because they're obviously kind of hinting at a relationship between them. I was like, if Vision dies, I think she'll be reckless and probably will die as well. So I'm like, in that regard, I'm gonna give her a 4.
I'm gonna give her a 3. But continue.
but obviously, like, if Vision doesn't die, there's room for growth there, and but then again, like, maybe there's some tragedy supposed to happen there. I don't know. So I'm just gonna still go.
I think the opposite of what you said. I think if Vision does die, she doesn't become reckless. She becomes incredibly more powerful and just fucking wrecks.
I think that because I could see them doing a story like, okay, she's lost her brother and now she loses her lover. Like, she just everyone that she comes in contact, she just kind of almost like, I guess, Peter Parker in the comics a little bit. Like, there's always, he just doesn't,
death.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know, or maybe they save something like that for later, and she loses her mind, like in the comics, from all the death.
Or they save her to, the whole X-Men thing, like someone said.
Yeah,
get that House of M going.
I think that's it. Is there any other characters you guys can think of that?
5 for me on the death chart is War Machine.
Yeah.
Oh,
5.
yeah. War Machine.
Yep.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they kind of fake his
death. Yeah.
I'll give him
I think he's dying.
I still think it's probable, but 4.
Yeah.
I'll Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. We didn't fucking talk about Doctor Strange.
Well, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
0 and 0.
Wait, double 0. 5 for both?
No, I said 0.
Okay. Yeah, 0. Yeah, 0 and 0.
Yeah, because did they? I don't know if they confirmed a Doctor Strange sequel, but I think it would just be weird.
It's not confirmed, but I think it's going to happen.
I'm gonna give Doctor Strange a 1, just because I feel like it's impossible. But
well, why would you kill Benedict Cumberbatch? Come on now.
Right.
Although it's weird. I think actually anybody that I've given a 0, I think it was just Spider-Man maybe, but like probably should have a 1, because like there's a possibility that all of them die,
that everybody dies.
Yeah, and then some of them come back. So
right, yeah.
Isn't Baron Mordo supposed to be in this movie? I thought I saw somewhere that he was potentially going to be in this movie.
I don't think so.
Wait,
the supposed villain for the next Doctor Strange?
Yeah, Chiwetel Ejiofor.
I don't think so. That'd be kind of weird if he was.
I don't know. Well, I mean,
unless like not, there's a brief scene with those two, or I don't know. I don't know.
I guess
that was all.
We already kind of talked about Loki. Y'all kind of, I think, feel like he's gone, but
I don't. I'm the opposite of you guys. I think Loki lives.
Loki lives. I mean,
he's the bad boy character that everybody loves. Like, all the women are like, oh, he's so badass. He's so cool. He's the douchebag that all the girls like. Like that's.
But like, I feel like his story arc is the same now. Like in every movie, like he fucks up and then redeems himself.
Which is why I think it's going to happen again.
Yeah, we'll see.
Is there anybody else? I can't think of anybody else.
Just like thinking, I'm like looking through the trailers in my head. I'm like,
do you guys think Bucky's gonna die?
Oh, Bucky.
No, he's signed on for like 4 more movies. So I mean, unless they like somehow opt out or something, but
the hype has built so high in my chest.
I know, like literally, I just like think about going to work tomorrow, and I'm like, damn.
I have 0 calls at work tomorrow. I will be doing 0 things. I'll probably be doing some work, but in my mind, I'm going to do 0 things for work.
You should be doing stuff just to pass time.
Right. I know. It needs to go by super fast tomorrow.
I know. That's why I'm like, fine working, just because I kind of have a busy day on Thursday, so it'll be 3:00 by like that. So like I'm like, okay, cool. We're already at 3:00. It's gonna make it 4 more hours from there, basically, and then I'll be fine.
I just got to make it until we start heading to Annapolis, and then we'll be getting something to eat, and then I'll be like, this is real.
I know. The thing is
this real life?
It's like this movie, literally 10 years in the making. Like, it's just crazy.
I don't. I'm already starting to cry. Look at this. Not really
I know. Well, that's like I was like thinking about that today when I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy, because like when Yondu dies, I was just like, man, I hope I don't cry tomorrow because like I'm watching it and I'm like I got like one single like like the one like tear and they actually I was watching Civil War and like the airport scene right before that happened. I got like the what is that called when you get like the tears because something's just so fucking awesome.
Overwhelmed.
Well, there's a subreddit called Frission.
Frission, that's it. Like, how much frission am I gonna have tomorrow? Like, I'm literally like, Melissa's gonna be over looking at me. She's like, "Why are you crying? Like
why are you such a bitch?"
Like, also, like, Star-Lord and Iron Man are gonna be talking, and I'm just be like, "Oh my god, this is awesome."
I will probably shed a tear tomorrow.
I know I'm tomorrow. Like, at least.
Tony, you gonna shed a tear tomorrow?
Hell no. I actually might. If they kill Captain America, I might laugh out loud.
I will punch you.
Tony, what if
I wish you guys could like bring a GoPro. I know they won't allow it, but like put in the seat in front of Steven, just so I could watch his reaction for the whole thing. Or all of your reactions, really, because you put the wide lens on.
If he dies, I will audibly yell out "no" very loudly in the
because
I will die.
God damn it. Tony, what if
I might say "God damn it"?
What if Thanos gets the reality stone and brings Batman over?
You know what I'd do.
No, that would be pretty funny if he got the reality stone and somehow like Daredevil or not Daredevil, Deadpool was just like
And he, like,
think there's any chance?
I
know they said no.
Albuquerque.
Do you think there's any chance any of the Defenders show up, even at like a little cameo?
No, unfortunately.
I don't.
Oh, that was my one thing I really wanted to see. I wanted to see Coulson. Yeah, I really, really, really want to see him, even if it's just in passing. I just want to see Coulson in the movie.
Have the Avengers been told he's alive? Or is
no,
because I don't watch it.
Only Nick Fury knows.
Yep,
that's the other thing too. Nick Fury, like, he's alive still, right? He's just in hiding, correct?
Yeah, and I think he's actually supposed to be in it, or maybe that's Avengers 4.
No, I think he's supposed to be in this one.
Like, because my question is like, what's his role going to be in all this? Like, we haven't seen him in the trailer.
He stays in the background, tells everybody what to do, and then he runs away.
Yeah, he drops a helicarrier on Thanos.
He drops a motherfucker. That's what he drops.
He drops him. I'm sick of these motherfucking Thanoses on this motherfucking plane.
Oh goodness.
Oh man. Yeah, so much definitely hype. I know, like, watching those two movies, I was like, this was a mistake because now I'm like way too hyped. My mind gonna be able to function tomorrow. Like, they're gonna be like, someone's gonna be reading their order, and also like I'm gonna like look at my order sheet, and I'm gonna write like Thanos or something. I'll be like, shit, cross it out.
Thank God we didn't have any news today.
Yeah, this is why I said not to do news, because I knew this was going to be a long one.
I didn't write anything down either. Like, this is it all came from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
I had to write it down because if I didn't write it down, I'd have gone all over the place.
Yeah.
I'd have like took some of yours and then like mixed it with something I thought of, and then it would have just been all over the place.
I have a theory that this movie's gonna make a shit ton of money. There's another theory.
Do you think this movie will overtake Force Awakens as the highest grossing film?
I think so. I think it will. Like,
I think it'll be close.
Think so, Justin?
I think it'll be close.
Yeah.
I just feel like this. I mean, it's, I don't know. The thing with Star Wars had, I feel like Star Wars, it was just such a long time coming. Like, there was just no Star Wars for a while, and then the prequels, like, a lot of people were disappointed with those. And I feel like this is kind of something. It's just like the next one, but I understand, like, it's way bigger, obviously, but for people that are into these movies, they're, but I don't know. I feel like
people
Star
that
Wars
have the superhero fatigue
right.
Yeah.
Like, we get like 2 or 3 of these a year. So if some people, they all, like, I go to all of them, you guys go to all of them, obviously, but like, I feel like Star Wars, it was like such a long time. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto 5 in a way. Like, Grand Theft Auto 5 was like 8 years in the making, and then it came out. Kind of thing, and then like it's the biggest game ever.
Star Wars was multi-generational. Like, Star Wars had literally multi-generations of viewers, and this one I'll say is a generational movie, but it's not 30 years. It's not that many.
Yeah, this movie's 2 hours and 40 minutes long. It's gonna be. I have a feeling this movie's gonna be like more like detailed, like almost like the one thing I've been seeing in reviews. They said it's like more comic booky movie than the other MCU movies, and if you're in like, obviously we're comic book reader, so that's probably a good thing, but like, it's more like a comic book event
tomorrow.
So
yeah, I really hope I don't shit myself tomorrow because I am not getting
I
to the bathroom.
might just not even eat. just so I don't have to go to the bathroom or anything. Because like Last Jedi,
And then you
I
pass out as soon as the movie
I
starts.
go poop. I'm like, son of a bitch. Like I ain't playing games.
I don't know
tomorrow.
what to get for dinner. Like, should I just get like bread, like to stop me up, or like?
Me and Melissa are literally eating afterwards. I told him like we can get popcorn. That'll hold us over till dinner, which will be probably McDonald's on the way home.
I was trying to find. I think I saw somewhere that like Infinity War is already sold out, like 100,000 theaters or something like that.
It was 1,000.
I saw it was on track for 200 million the first weekend, which would be good for second. Like currently, their projections are that it would be second highest ranked for the first opening weekend or whatever.
It's gonna blow the projections out of the water.
Yeah.
This movie.
Do you think it'll do better than Black Panther all time?
No.
I don't think so
all
either.
time. Yes.
Probably. Yeah.
All time. Yes. Opening weekend. I don't. I think Black Panther had way more hype than.
I think Black Panther is going to have more legs. Than
Really? I think this has more hype.
I think Black Panther had more of a cultural hype. I think Black Panther had the whole culture thing.
I guess.
Yeah, I feel like this might be maybe more initially, but I think Black Panther, I feel like it kind of became a cultural thing, like not even a culture, like just like a mainstream thing. Like you need to see this movie, regardless if you're superhero movies or not. Whereas this, it's a superhero movie. It's Black Panther's in it, but I feel like this might have less legs. Although I didn't see Black Panther twice, and I'm seeing this twice, and I'm
we've already decided that.
It might sound racist, but there were black people that went and saw Black Panther just to see Black Panther, not because they were Marvel fans. Like there was
that's what I'm saying. Like that, that movie had more legs. I feel like it was constantly at the top for a long time. Granted, there wasn't really much to compete with it, but that's what I'm saying. I think like this will probably stay at top till probably I don't know, maybe Deadpool, but I don't know.
When does Deadpool come out?
I'm gonna make a bold statement that this
I got a bold
Deadpool
statement
comes
too.
out,
Ooh.
this will make more money than Deadpool's opening weekend.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could definitely say that. Just because I mean, like, even though it does really well, it's still an R-rated movie and has restrictions. You know.
Oh yeah, no, this will definitely do better than Deadpool.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking when Deadpool comes out. This movie will make more money that weekend.
Oh, you're saying that same weekend? Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. This will definitely, obviously, beat Deadpool. I'm saying when Deadpool comes out on May 19th, whatever it is,
it'll still be Infinity War.
Infinity War will still be #1 in the theaters.
Okay.
That is bold. I don't agree, but that I see a scenario where that's definitely possible.
Yeah.
It'll be close, I think.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't seen a movie twice in a long time, and I'm seeing this twice. So like I've already got tickets for twice. Like we all have tickets to see it twice. So it's like
I saw The Force Awakens twice. I think we saw Thor Ragnarok twice. Or I saw Thor Ragnarok twice. And this will be the next one that I've seen twice.
Yeah. I didn't even see Homecoming twice. And that was like one of my favorite Spider-Man movies.
Damn, you ain't loyal.
Wait. One of
there's let's say of the 6
that wasn't your favorite?
I don't know. It's up there with Spider-Man 2.
That's fair.
Spider-Man what?
What?
Spider-Man 2.
You didn't hear me say
I
Spider-Man
didn't hear the 2. I'm sorry. No, I didn't hear the 2. What? I was like, it's up there with Spider-Man. Like, which one? You mean the one with Andrew Garfield or Peter or Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire with Doc Ock.
Yeah. Andrew is amazing Spider-Man. Silly.
Yeah.
Actually.
And he's a really good Peter Parker / Spider-Man. It's just the movies overall were okay.
I know we didn't do news. Go ahead.
Honestly, I think Dark Knight holds my record. I think I've seen Dark Knight. I saw Dark Knight four times in the theater.
Jesus.
God damn.
So nothing beaten. Yeah.
That might be the last movie I saw twice. Was that one? I don't think I've really ever seen a movie twice in the theaters. I think before that was probably episode 2 or Phantom Menace. I saw like 3 times in the theater, but
does it count for Phantom Menace if you saw it once in regular D and once in 3D when they re-released it?
You saw that regular D, huh?
And in that case, I've seen it 4 times. Because actually, like I don't remember how. Yeah, I know I saw it a few times on the theater when that came out because it was like such a big deal.
Funny story. My first date with Aaron was to go see Phantom Menace in 3D.
I feel sorry for her.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say the same thing.
I know, man. Love it strong. Love it strong.
Jar Jar threw some wheels, apparently.
Yeah, had to make sure.
He's like, you know what? You were willing to sit through Jar Jar Binks to kill yourself.
You should have like pointed. You should have pointed to Anakin and be like, "I'm gonna be like that someday."
Who knows? God. All right, so I know we didn't do news, but just real quickly, what did you guys think of the Venom trailer? Like, what more so Venom, like the look?
So the overall, like the
like when he
reveal, I really liked it. I don't know if I really like the whole projectile symbiote stuff, especially where it was weird. It was like going through his clothes.
Yeah, the look. I think they nailed the look, but the whole, like, I don't know, like he's supposed to have like it's the way it's obviously gonna be different than the comics, but like he didn't show like he had webs. It was just using the symbiote instead, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like I got to see it, but
how about the way that they said symbiote?
Oh yeah, symbiote.
I was expecting symbiote. This is.
Someone said this is racist. Someone said those because the lady was saying it was Chinese, so she just said it weird.
That's racist.
He's Chinese.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, it's Chinese, so she says things weird. It's like, all right.
Did you recognize that girl though, Justin? You should.
Who?
The girl that says symbiote.
It's not the Alchemax lady, is it?
No. She is in Parks and Rec. She is.
Oh, you mean like the actress?
Oh yeah.
Like the one that's like stalking him.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She's not Chinese. What are people talking about?
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
No, but yeah, like I really liked the overall look though.
Yeah,
and I love
the fact that image at first. I was like, ooh, but then like when you saw it in motion, it like made it like, oh, okay, now it looks better because it wasn't like done coming all the way down. So like the eyes were just like a little bit too far back, and I was just like, and then like when you see it in motion, it comes down a little bit more. And you're like, oh, okay,
that transformation was pretty awesome. Not gonna lie.
And I like that they said we are Venom.
Yes, I was just gonna say I love that because like that annoyed me in Spider-Man 3 when he just kept saying I, like it's supposed to be we.
Yeah, it's like you're hosting this thing,
right?
It's not you.
Yeah.
We'll become you.
Funny enough, on IMDb, Tom Hardy's not even the top of the list for cast.
Who is?
It's Michelle Williams.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I think she's.
It's actually I just saw that it's sorted by the IMDb star meter, and she just had The Greatest Showman come out, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
She's.
I did see my boy Donnie Cates shared that they actually implemented one of his panels from the comic that's coming out 2 weeks from today into the movie. Like the part where he's taking the pills, I guess, is actually something that they took directly from that. Like he shared that on Twitter. Like,
cool.
Like, oh yeah, I'm honored that they actually used my panel and this that. I was like, huh.
Yeah, I hope he loses control and like he does his little famous line of I want to eat your brains.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be pretty interesting. And maybe he'll actually eat somebody's brains. I mean, it is R-rated, right? Is it? It is R-rated, right?
I believe it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Hype train.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to talk about next week, but we'll probably.
We didn't even think about that. We were so invested in this episode.
I was like, I don't know what we're talking about.
Or it'll be a recap of our thoughts on the movie.
Yeah,
we could do that. We could do a spoiler cast if we really want to. We'll figure it out. Just keep it locked on. Keep it locked.
What is this?
Keep it locked. Hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell.
Bring, bring.
They can either Twitter is at Fanboy Four Pod, same as Instagram, although no one updates that. Tony. But then Facebook is just look up Fanboy 4. Should be the first result. YouTube, same thing. Brandon is Red03BMC on Twitter. Doesn't really use it too often, but you can still follow him. I am Leviathan426. Galvanator is Galvanator93.
I like Tony, you call me Galvanator.
What?
You said Galvanator is Galvanator93.
Oh, you're right. True. Steven is at Galvanator93 on Twitter. Tony is at Tony Brown. You can also follow Tony's project at Super Game Brews.
G93?
Jesus Christ!
You just write that down.
He just wrote that down in every podcast now. He holds it up as if he's like Ninja from Fortnite. Like he's just like the most popular streamer. Like G93 guys. Hit me up. I wrote G93 in a notebook. Sorry.
Screw you, bro.
Yeah. So that's basically long and short of it.
Oh, time to get back to God of War.
Boy.
Zeus!
All right, so everyone watching, enjoy Infinity War. We definitely will see you tomorrow, and we will probably report back at least, even if it's not our full episode, something we'll probably at least talk about, at least our thoughts about it next week. So until then, adios.
See ya.
Captain America.
Boy.